welcome. We're just going to be using either a rolled up towel or a roller later on, after we've started this workout. So have them nearby, and then when you're ready, come and lay onto your back on your mat. And we're just going to do a few Pilates breaths here, just warming up our pelvic floor connection and our deep ab connection. Going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and drawing that pelvic floor in and up. And exhale. Good. On your next breath out, we're just going to start to peel up, so to gently imprint your low back and just lift the hips just a little to start to go into that pelvic curl. Roll it back on the inhale. Exhale, scoop the tummy, just going up a couple of vertebrae. And then inhale down, we're going to go up just to the base of the rib cage. Exhale, inhale down. And then we're going to go a little higher to about the shoulder blades, tips of the shoulder blades. Breathe in, hold it here. And then exhale, we roll it down. Good. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, pelvic floor, navel to spine. Scoop the tummy in. Lifting up to the tips of the shoulder blades again. And then rolling it down. Good. Keep stretching your fingertips away towards your feet. Exhale, rolling up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Inhale, hold the tummy on. And then exhale, rolling it down. We're going to go all the way up onto the shoulders now. Exhale, scoop the abdominals. Squeeze into the back of the legs. Lift the hips up. Keeping the front of the hips open as you inhale. And then we're melting down through the upper back, through the rib cage, through each of the lumbar vertebrae, and then rest the tailbone down. Relax through the front of your hips here. Inhale. Exhale, we roll it up. Scoop the tummy. Squeeze the glutes. Really tuck the tailbone under. Think of drawing your pubic bone towards your belly button. Inhale, hold. And then exhale, we're rolling it down. Keep relaxing through the collarbones, lower ribs, lower back, tailbone down. Last one, let's roll it up. Hold it at the top now. And we're going to drop the hips down on one side, lift it up. Drop down on the other side, lifting up. Lower one hip, squeeze the bottom to lift it up, and inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Lower, exhale, lift. That's it. Let's do one more set of those. And last one, hold it here, rolling it down. Good, and then we're just going to go into a little bit of a side shift with the pelvis. So we peel up through the spine. Breath in here, still keeping the knees kind of parallel. Going to side shift the pelvis across to one side. Drop down 2 vertebrae. Slide across to the other side. Drop down 2 more vertebrae. Like a typewriter, like a slide on a typewriter. Your hips are just going horizontally across. And last one, all the way back to center. Relax the tailbone down. And then we're going to do rotations. So you're going to drop the hips and then lower down 2 vertebrae. Rotate the pelvis so the other hip is lower than the first hip. Roll down. Shift it down. Roll down 2 vertebrae. Last one, all the way down. Good. One more pelvic curl, just rolling up through the center. Hold it there at the top. Float the arms overhead. Rest the back of the hands onto the mat. And then you're going to roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, coming back. Now we're going to bring the hands onto the front of the hips. We're just going to do our bent knee fall out. So we're going to exhale, float the knee out to the side. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, float the knee out to the side. Inhale, coming back. You want to really soften through the front of the hips here, but you're keeping the pelvis nice and still. There's no movement through the hips. Just the knee drifting out to one side, and then coming back in, and then drifting out to the other side. Now this next one, I'm going to try it in bare feet, but actually it's easier in socks. So it's called a leg slide. So you're going to actually slide the leg out straight, keeping neutral through here. So you don't want to arch the back as the leg slides away, and then you drag your heel back along the floor. Inhale, slide it out. Exhale, drag the heel back. The best is actually socks on the carpet or socks on lino, if you've got, who's got lino? Exhale, slide the foot out. Inhale, drag it back. Exhale, slide it out. Inhale, drag it back. And last one. And then we're just going to combine those two. So you roll the knee out to the side, still keeping the pelvis really still, no movement there. Slide the side of the foot along the floor. And then you're going to use your hamstring to drag that heel back in without losing any of your neutral position. So you float the knee out to the side, slide it along the mat, and then drag the heel back in. Knee drifts out. Anchor that opposite hip bone down. Slide the side of the foot out, and then dragging the heel back in. So you anchor this right hip as you drift the left knee out. Slide that left foot along the floor. Drag the heel in. Anchor the left hip now as the right knee drifts out to the side. Good. One more to go. Knee goes out. Good. Now if you've got a long roller, you may want to pop the roller under the hips. I'll just show you how. If you don't, you can do all these exercises just resting, just with the pelvis resting down on the mat. So the best way to get it into position actually is if you lay down, lift your bottom up, and then you can slide the roller into place. If you don't have a long roller, you can either roll up a towel so that it's long so that you can roll from side to side, or you could just do it on the mat. So you're going to breathe out, float the knee up, inhale, lower down. Going into our single leg lift. Exhale, float the knee up, inhale, lowering down. So we're drawing the tummy on, connecting through those deep abdominals and that pelvic floor, hinging at the hip, keeping everything else nice and still. Breathing out to lift, and to lower, out to lift, and to lower. Okay, we're going to bring both legs up to tabletop now. Squeeze those knees and feet together, breathing in to go over to one side. Exhale, you're coming back through the center. Breathing in to go over, out to come back. So you're letting the low back lengthen, using those abdominals to pull the legs back to center. Breathing in to go over. I like doing this on the roller because it's a bit of a massage for your muscles around the top of your hip here, at the same time as being a nice little oblique exercise and a nice low back stretch. Good, and then we're going to go into our single leg stretch, just with the head down. So you're going to breathe out, reach one leg away. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, reach the other leg away. Inhale, bring it back. The lower you go, the more challenging it will be to your abdominals. So if you're feeling any discomfort in your low back, you just send the foot a little higher. Okay, exhale, reach the leg away. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, inhale. Pelvic floor, navel to spine. Fantastic. Last one. Each side. Good. Let's hug the knees in. And then just stretch one leg out long. Get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch there if you're up on something. If you're just on the mat, then you can use it to release this hip that you're pulling the knee in towards you. And then switching sides. Pulling the knee in towards you. And just enjoying that hip flexor stretch through here. Good one. So we're going to roll that roller away now. And we'll bring it to underneath the shoulder blades. So this can be either roller or rolled up towel. You're just going to have it kind of along the bra strap line is a good spot. Let's bring the hands behind the head. Inhale, you're going to reach back with the head and the arms. Think of keeping your tummy connection on here. You don't want to arch your back as you relax back over the roller. Exhale, slide the ribs down. It helps if I'm a bit more tucked in and you can see the position a bit better. Inhale, going back over the roller. Let the head be heavy into the hands. Exhale, slide the ribs down. Think of lengthening up with your spine. We don't want to be pulling on the neck. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, slide the ribs down. Nice. Inhale to reach back. Exhale, coming back from there. Nice little upper back warm up. Inhale back, exhaling up. And then we're going to go into our chest lift with rotation. So we're coming up and we're rotating across to one side, keeping the pelvis nice and still. There's no movement through those hips, just the ribs coming across to that one side of the hip. Both ribs going towards the left side now, and then both sides of the rib cage coming down towards that right side. Inhale back, exhale, going across. Good, last one. And then we can lift the hips up and just use the roller for a little bit of a massage. If you're doing it over a towel, you're not going to quite get the same sort of release. But you can just lay back over the towel and just do a few breaths, maybe even with the arms out, just to enjoy that opening through the chest. If you find that one side's tighter than the other, you could give that side a bit more of a roll by rotating towards it. And right over those shoulder blades. Good stuff. Okay, so we'll pop the roller off to the side now. I'm going to come back onto our mat, do a little bit more abdominal work. So let's bring the legs up to tabletop, and we're going to curl up through the head, neck and shoulders as well. Both hands come onto one knee and we're going to stretch the other leg away. And I like to press down on the top of this knee and curl a little higher with the single leg stretch. Again, same thing, if it feels like it's going into your back, bring the foot on a higher angle. We want all the work to be in the tummy. Breath out to scoop the abs. Press down on the knee to lift higher. If it's hurting your neck, then just bring the hands behind the head. I'm going to do 10 here. 4, 5. That's it. Keep scooping the tummy. Breathe out to stretch. And 10. Good. Coming down, have a little rest. And then we're going to curl back up again and go into our crisscross. Curling up. We're going to rotate towards one side. Inhale back. Find your angle that you want to stretch the leg all the way to straight. Keep lengthening out through that leg. On the breath out, inhale, pull it in to tabletop. That's it. And last one. Here we go. Very good. Let's lower the legs all the way down. Going to curl up and touch the knees. Inhale, you're going to take both arms overhead. Exhale, bring them around. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale, coming around. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Good stuff, guys. Keep those shoulders sliding down. Last one. Stay up high in your curl. And then coming all the way down. Nice. Let's stretch out long. Reaching the arms long overhead. Inhale, we're going to reach towards the feet. Exhale, we're going to scoop the tummy and roll all the way up to sitting. If you're like me and your back is a little tight, what you can do is just get your towel and just place it. Doesn't have to be heaps. I've only got it doubled over a couple of times. But you just place that behind your lower back and then you can roll back into it. And it gives your abdominals something to kind of activate against. So you're breathing out, rolling it down, one vertebra at a time, because we don't want the thigh muscles to overwork here. We want to think of them being kind of floppy. Inhale, lift the head and chest, reach the arms forward. Exhale, scoop the tummy, roll it all the way up into the C-curve shape. Breath in there. Breath out to roll it back. Reach the arms overhead. And then coming all the way up. Stretching forward here. Okay. Exhale, scoop the tummy, roll it away. And then exhale to roll it back up. Inhale, hold. Exhale to roll it down. Nice. Breath in. Try to work evenly through your left and right side. Flatten the abdominals as you're coming up. And then exhale. All the way down. Good. Last one. Exhaling up. Inhale, hold. And that C-curve shape. Good energy in the arms. Let's come all the way down. And let's bend those knees up. Now we're just going to bring one leg up to tabletop. I'm going to curl the chest up. It's going to find our neutral spine position with our hundreds. We're going to be swapping legs with our hundreds. So it's going to go down, back. Other leg's going to lift. We're going to reach it out and we're going to go down. And all the while we're going to be staying up and pulsing our hundreds. So I don't know if this is maybe the better way around to go so you guys can see. I suppose it's about the same either way. Okay, so we're here. Everybody's curled up, breathing In 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5. Float one leg up and reach it long. Lower the leg down and then drag it back along the floor. Other leg comes up and stretch it out. Lower it down, drag it back along the floor. Leg comes up, reach it out, down 2, 3, 4, 5. Drag it back 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Leg goes up, reach it out, lower it down, pull it back in. Last one each way, and reach, and lower, and coming back in, and last one, and reach, and lower, and coming back in. Good. Bring those hands back behind the head. Of course, if any time during the hundreds, if your head and neck is sore, you can always bring the hands behind the head. And we're just going to do a simple little chest lift here. So we're going to breathe out and curl up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, curl down. Breathing out to come up. Inhale, try and come a little higher as you inhale. Exhale, down. Exhale, we come up. If you can, reach the arms forward. On the next breath out, you're going to curl a little higher. Arms come back. And we're coming down. Breathing out to come up. Arms come forward. Exhale, deepen the abs, go a little higher. Arms come behind the head. Down we go. Exhale, coming up. Reach the arms. Curl up, go a little higher. Leave that tailbone down though. Arms come back. And last one. Curling up. Reaching forward. Come a little higher. And then arms come back. And we're curling down. Oh, good job, guys. Okay, we're going to come and lay onto our side now. My mat has shifted forward a little. We're going to do our clam. You can use the towel to support your waist. So you could pop the towel under the waist. Just gives you a little bit of feedback as to whether you're losing your position, whether you're relaxing through your core or not. Don't have to though, you could always use your hand. I'm going to take mine out because I feel like it's muddying, distracting from the picture. So you want to be laying on your side, you want your hips nice and stacked. You don't want to be pelvis rolled back or forward. So hips are stacked, underneath side is working, there's a little tunnel under here, or a little feeling like that underneath waist is lifting up. Bottom arm's your pillow, and then you're going to exhale, you're going to lift this top knee up towards the ceiling. Inhale to lower down. Breathing out to lift. Inhale to lower down. Keeping that stillness through the pelvis. Just that top knees lifting towards the ceiling, the thigh bones rolling out. Inhale, coming down. Keep scooping the tummy. And lower. Breathing out to lift. There's no rotation, there's no rolling through the hips. They're staying really still. And then we can float both heels up if you want a bit more challenge. Keep the bottom foot raised and you're lifting the knee like that. The flying diamond. Otherwise you can keep with the foot down if that's a bit much. So we're breathing out to lift up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. 2 more. And last one. Good. Let's stretch the bottom leg out long. Can bring this bottom foot forward a little more. Tap the toe down. Lift the heel and the back of the knee up towards the ceiling. So we're just getting into our glute medius a little bit here. Still thinking of stillness through the pelvis, through the waist. Just lifting and lowering that leg. Breath out to lift. Breath in to lower. Good. Nice. Cool, last one. Swing it forward now. And we're going to tap the toe down to the floor, lift it up. Tap it down, lift it up. So your thighs are pretty much lined up with one another. And you're just lifting and lowering that top leg. And last one. Good, give it a little pat. And then let's flip the other way. So we're doing our clam first. Bottom arms a pillow. Heels squeezed together. What I find is if I am getting a bit too much tightness in the front of my hip, if I go and lie with my back against the wall and press my heels back into the wall and then lift up, that can help to activate the glute more and release the front of the hip. So if you're finding you're getting a bit of tightness in the front of the hips, that can be something to try. Do this exercise with your back up against a wall and you press your heels back into the wall as you lift the knee up. And then the progression is to have the feet elevated. So you can try that one if you like. Still keeping everything else still, keeping this little lift underneath. Scoop the tummy, lowering down. That's the way. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Nice. Bottom leg bends forward, top leg out straight. Roll that thigh bone, the top thigh bone, so that the kneecap and the toes are pointing down. Tap the toes, lift the leg. So you're keeping this lift, that underneath side. Nice and good. Not wanting to roll forward at all. Keep those hips nice and stacked. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Think of your foot as being floppy. You want to have a floppy foot. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Keep that thigh bone rolled in. And last one, hold it here, swing it forward. So we've got the thigh bones pretty much on top of each other. Tap the toe down, lift it up. Tap down, lift it up. That's it. Nice work. Sliding that thigh bone in that hip socket, creasing at the hip. And good, and give it a little pat out. Nice work, gang. Now we're just going to bring our towel, we're going to roll it up a bit more to squeeze our, instead of a magic circle, because I don't think everybody's got a magic circle at home, we're just going to squeeze this towel to activate our adductors and help relax off those glutes. So if you place it between your knees, and we're going to squeeze, going to have the feet touching, so feet are together, arms are reaching long beside you, and we're going to squeeze in for 5 seconds. So we'll squeeze 2, 3, 4, 5 and release, and we squeeze 2, 3, 4, 5 and release, and then we're going to roll up through the spine, so you're lifting up into your pelvic curl, and then you're going to squeeze here for 3, 2, 1, release, and again squeezing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and release. We roll it back down, tailbone goes down, hands come behind the head, going to curl up, hold it here, and we squeeze 2, 3, 4, 5, release, and again squeeze 2, 3, 4, 5, release, If you want to try the legs at tabletop, by all means, we squeeze in for 3, 2, 1, relax. And last one, squeeze in for 5 seconds. Squeeze the knees in, but keep your tailbone down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Hold it here now, and we're going to tap the toes down for 1, and lift up. Lowering down again for 2, lift up. Let's go for 3 more. 2. Good. Don't have to go all the way down, just go as far as you can. Keep your squeeze. And lowering that chest down. Good job. So we're going to come up and do some stretching now for our hips. So we come up to half kneeling. Going to have one knee on the mat, 1 foot forward. If you need a cushion for your knee, you can use that towel again. Just roll it up and pop it under your knee. I come this way a little bit, maybe it won't cut my head off so much. Okay, so I'm going to press the pelvis forward and go into that nice hip flexor stretch here. Just going to hold that position for a few breaths. So it's all, you're trying to release through the front of the hip here. Boy, does my hip need it. And we'll just hold it for at least 30 seconds. That's the way. Good, and then we can walk this front foot out a little bit more to the side and come down onto your hands through the middle here. Maybe if I face the camera a bit, you'll be able to see a bit better. So you bring your hands forward on the inside of that leg and just hang out there for a bit so that you're getting this stretch through the inside thigh on this side, on the front leg, and still the front of the hip on the back leg. Some people like to drop to the elbows. If you're feeling flexible today, you can go for that version. We can press up onto the toes for the back foot. If that feels good for you, go into that version. Good, and then we're going to swap sides. So I'm going to bring the other foot in front, other knee back, pressing forward. So we're stretching through the front here. Keep drawing your tummy on so it's not putting pressure into your back. Squeeze this back butt cheek, that always helps. Open up the front of the hip there. Good, and then we walk that foot out to the side some more. Come down onto your hands. And enjoy that inside thigh stretch. So it's the adductor of the back leg. So this inside thigh muscle is getting that stretch. And coming down onto your elbows if you wish. And just really relax into it. And then we can dig the toe in as the other version of the same thing. Good, nice work. Now we're just going to do a bit of a hammy stretch. So you can either do it this way where you're kneeling and you straighten out the front foot and you're trying to stretch your spine to a flat back position. If you find this a little challenging, then just grab that towel again, and what you can do is you put the towel over your foot and use it as a bit of a strap. So you just stretch it up towards the ceiling, other leg long, or you can have this knee bent, doesn't matter, and you just use the towel to stretch the back, this is a really big towel, to stretch the back of the thigh here. And just pull back on that towel. Good, swapping legs. So if you're doing the kneeling version, just bring the other foot in front. As we put our other foot into the towel, reach it up towards the ceiling, and enjoy that stretch there down the back of the thigh and the hamstring area. Good. If you want to, you can turn this into a glute stretch with the leg in the towel. You just take the foot across your midline, across your body towards your opposite shoulder, and that'll stretch out through here, through the glutes. I prefer to do a figure 4 stretch, which is with the foot on the opposite knee, and then you reach through the gap and you grab a hold of that thigh and pull it in towards you. And just relax that tailbone down. You still want to be in your neutral spine position. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Once you've had a bit of a release here. Good. Roll that knee out. Tailbone down. Nice one. Great stuff. Now, for those of you that don't have a roller, we are just going to do a little bit of a hip series. So we need to create a roller from our towel. Doesn't have to be a full length roller. So just roll it up nice and tight like we had it from when we were doing our thoracic extension over the roller. So you'd have it like so. If you've got a roller, then you'll just place it across your mat, and then you're going to pop it underneath your hips. So you can either lift the hips up if you've got a roller and slide it underneath. If you're using your towel, you just place it under the pelvis like so. Bring the legs up, stretch them up straight towards the ceiling. Turn the toes out. Inhale, you're going to open your legs out to the side. Exhale, you're coming in. Inhale, open. Exhale, coming back. If you've got ankle weights, this can be a really nice sequence to do with ankle weights on. Just encourages you into that stretch more. Exhale, back. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Good stuff, guys. And then scissor kick, so we're... And then switching to the other side. Bringing the legs apart in that split kick. Still thinking, nice stable pelvis. One more. Get the tummy working. And then bicycles. And I know you can get your foot to the floor and slide it along the mat with these bicycles. You just draw those lower abs in so that as the leg's reaching away, we're not losing our position through our spine. We've got to keep that connection happening as we reach those legs long and slide them along the mat to return. Reversing, slide it out, lift the leg up straight, slide it out, lift it up straight. That's it. Reach it up and then slide it along. Nice and controlled. That's it. Cool. Let's have one more hip flexor stretch here where we pull the knee in towards us. For those of you that weren't up on the roller in the warm-up, really enjoy opening up the front of that hip crease there, that hip capsule. Stretch that leg along and away along the mat. And then let's bring the other leg in towards us. And open up through the front of the pelvis there. Nice work. Okay, let's roll our roller or our towel out of the way. We're going to come onto all fours now on the mat. So we want to have our shoulders directly under directly over our wrists and our hips directly above the knees. And we're going to go into the opposite arm and leg lift. So you're going to slide foot and opposite hand away. Exhale, float them up into the air. Inhale, coming down. Exhale, coming back. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, down. Exhale, back. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, down. Exhale, back. Breath in to reach away. Breath out to lift it up. Nice one, guys. Slide the leg. Scoop the tummy. As you hover the arm and the leg up, you want to keep stillness in the shoulders and the hips. Don't want that shoulder to slide up towards the ear. Last one each side. Good. And then we're just going to go a few little disassociation exercises with the hips. You're going to pull the knee in. Just the knee coming in. We don't want to round the back at all. So the knee comes in and then you reach it out. Knee comes in, reach it out. If you want more challenge, you can take the opposite arm, do the same thing with the arm. Elbow in, reach it out. We'll do 5 more. That's it. And last one. Good. Bringing it around. Switching to the other side. So the knee comes in, leg stretches out. Everything else stays nice and still. What you may find is that your hips want to drift over your support leg. We want to keep the hips square in the center. So think of your pelvis staying in line with your shoulders, not shifting off to the side. Now with the arm, if you want more challenge, inhale, exhale. Good. Keeping the hips nice and level. No movement through the shoulders or the hips. They're staying still. Just the arm and the leg are moving in the hip socket and the shoulder socket. Excellent. Lower the hand and the knee back down. We're going to do out to the side, a little kick out to the side now. Doesn't have to be massive, just a little lift and lower. I don't want the hips to roll, okay? So if the leg doesn't go very far because we're keeping the hips nice and level, that's fine. And I want you to add in the opposite arm. So it's going to swing out to the side. Inhale back. Arm swings out to the side. Inhale back. Keep the pelvis and the shoulders squared off to the mat. 2 more. Last one. Awesome, guys. Other side. Knee first, swinging out to the side. Make sure those hips aren't moving over to compensate. And then we can add in the arm. Pelvis and shoulders staying square to the mat. Draw your belly button with each breath out. Three more to go. And last one. Well done. Let's give those wrists a little shake out. Good job. We're going to come onto our elbows now. Good old elbow plank. So, I like to interlace the fingers. You don't have to. You could have your hands down on the mat like that. Press one foot back. Curl those tootsies under. Other foot presses back. Find your position where your hips are level with your shoulders. You don't want the bum up in the air. Draw the tummy on big time. Keep scooping those abdominals. in and up, away. It's like you're trying to lift your belly button away from the waistband of your tights. Wrapping it up. Squeeze your glutes here, wrap your thighs towards each other. And then coming down onto your knees. Let's press it back. And we're going to come up into our traditional front support now, where we've got the hands and the feet on the mat. So start in your quadruped, press one foot back, then the other foot back. Hips stay at that same level. And we're going to pull the knee in. 1 and 2, other knee. Breathe out, slide the knee or slide the top of the foot along the mat, and then curl those toes back under. Place it down. Last one. Good. Lower one knee to the floor than the other. Sit back into that child pose. Now you can stick with that version we just did. If your if your wrists are getting sore, come back onto the elbows for this next one. We're going to do it, it's called the leg pull front. So you're in a plank, whether it's on your elbows or your wrists. I'm going to point the toe, one toe, and then kick that leg 3 times. 2, 3. Replace that foot, point the other toe, kick 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And again. Belly button in. You got it. Switching sides. Have a rest if you need. You can do this one in your full plank as well. And last one. Good. Lower the knees down. Pushing back into the child pose. Knees apart. Enjoy that stretch. Take the hands across to the side. Stretch out that side. Breathing into these left ribs. Or right ribs. Not sure which way everyone's gone. Looking under your armpit. Stretching out there. Good stuff. So we just need to come and do a little bit of back extension where we're laying onto our tummy. And then we'll be coming back into side lying just to do a little bit of a rotation, bit of, what's it called, book openings. So come and lay onto your front, head resting down on the mat, arms reaching long beside you. Inhale, you're going to come up, reaching long and out through the crown of the head. Exhale to lower. Breathing in, stretching those arms back and coming down. Breath in and exhale, lower. Slide those shoulder blades back and down and together. Good. Exhale, scoop the tummy. Reaching back, hold it here now. We're going to pulse the arms. I like to turn the palms in to face me and just reach the little finger up towards the ceiling. Out. Breathing out as you lift. Keep sliding those shoulder blades down away from the ears. Keep your chin in towards your throat. And good. And then lowering down. And we're just going to stretch. We're going to do that one more time. So you're reaching the arms back. Stretch them long. And we pulse for 1, 2, 3. Good. Keep it going. Scoop that belly button in and that pelvic floor in and up. 9, 10. And lower down. Great. So if you prefer a pillow for your book openings, you can bring your towel back into rest underneath your head. I might have a pillow today, actually. kind of injured my neck a week or so ago. So get your pillow right in by the shoulder, because you don't want your bottom shoulder to kind of collapse up by your ear. You want to have nice long position for your head and neck. Inhale, you take the arm up. My hair ties in the way. Exhale, you're going to twist back. And you're trying to get your top shoulder down onto the mat behind. Inhale, arm goes up. Exhale, you're reaching back, stretching back. Breathe in here. And then breathing out to come on back from there. Good. Inhale, exhale, twisting back. Breathe in, enjoy that rib stretch, and then breathing out, coming back from there. Let's do one more on this side. Looking good. Cool, and then switching sides. So I'm going to flip my head to the other end of the mat, but you guys could just roll over and do the same. We're just facing the other way. Reaching it back all the way until that shoulder blade goes down. Exhale, coming back from there. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Try and get that shoulder blade, rather than the hand, it's all about the shoulder blade or that upper part of your back getting back onto the mat. And last one. Cool. Nice one, guys. So that's you for today. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.